Hey guys, Magic here, and just so you know, in case this is news to you at this point, and it is, because I mean, who the hell follows wizards and all their crap? Even I don't want to, and I'm me. But basically, they're coming out with a new version of Magic Duels that is absolutely 100% identical, except with better graphics, animation, sound effects, and when you play a Planeswalker, they play some stupid quote from a voice actor. Okay, cool. I mean, it's more modern, it's more up to date, it's flashy. Do you really need it? I mean, it makes the game cooler, it makes you get more into the lore. I mean, for Ixalan decks, you are literally playing on like some kind of weird, like Jurassic looking forest thing, so that's like kind of cool. And there is something to be said about that. I mean, I would say, okay, I'm not 10, I don't need a bunch of flashing, sparkling things to keep my attention while I'm playing a card game. I mean, Magic is cognitive enough. You can look at the number of cards in your opponent's hand or sit there and try to remember what they played the last game. Or, I mean, there's like infinite things you could be doing other than, oh, look at the pretty thing. Oh, nothing on the screen is moving. Oh, time to check my phone and check Twitter. I mean, you're either like a little kid or you have ADD or you're a little kid with ADD. For the rest of us, we don't need that, but you know, I like to get into like, oh, I've got a giant army of powerful dinosaurs, you know, that's so cool. But I'm like, you know, a D&D, like a role play player. Never got way into LARPing, but honestly, I could see myself doing it. So getting into the storyline, getting into like what it is, you know, I get it. Because they don't have to name it. They could call it card number 47, no artwork whatsoever, and oh, look, it's a 3-1 with first strike. No flavor text, nothing. You know, just boil it down to the cold hard math and logic and yay, welcome to Magic. Nah, I mean, it's fun. You know, the cool artwork. Look, I'm attacking with an army of goblins and they're so impolite and short and yay, goblins. Can you tell my false enthusiasm for the goblin tribal group is just super false? But I mean, you bring out a big, powerful 5-cost angel with amazing artwork and a big giant sword in their hand or spear or whatever. Like, that's cool. So then, you know, take it one step further. Okay, now it says something and there's a big animation and it swoops in from the sky onto the battlefield. You know, that would be, like, really cool. Now, me personally, while I could get into that some of the time, I would say the vast majority of the time when I'm, like, training with the deck or practicing or even just playing casual for fun, I want to get the game done in a very reasonable amount of time. And I'm used to playing, like, as fast as my CPU will render the game in X-Mage. And I'm used to, instead of playing against humans, because God knows that takes forever, I'll just test the deck in a vacuum against the AI, because the AI is going to play like an idiot anyway. So, of course I'm going to win. I just want to see how the card interactions work, if there's any triggers I'm forgetting, you know, that kind of thing. So, I want to play like 30 games in 30 minutes, which is possible. I mean, very easily. I don't know if you guys saw my live stream, but as soon as the server started crashing and stuff, I just went offline and played against the AI, and I got in like 5 games in 5 minutes. People were like, I can't even follow this. I'm like, well, welcome to how I train my decks. I don't go to FNM unless I've played it 100 times. I just don't, as a rule. I mean, you want to talk about knowing how your deck works after 100 games. You know how your damn deck works. You know every interaction, every ruling, everything. Oh, so hop back on Arena, and nope, you get to see the big giant angel with a spear in her hand swoop in 50 more times and waste 2 seconds of your life. And on top of that, you're waiting for the human to complete their draw phase, because apparently the draw phase is so decision heavy. Realistically, they probably got up to microwave a Hot Pocket. So that's annoying. I mean, that's just almost the nature of online play, but I've seen people stream MTGO, and those people seem to move pretty quick because, you know, the game moves pretty quick. So I don't think slowing it down does anybody any favors, except that they're targeting new people, and new people don't play anywhere near as fast. So that might seem like a perfectly legitimate, you know, pace to them. And I think that is what they're doing, but everybody's saying, oh, this is going to replace MTGO, and this is a replacement for Duels of the Planeswalkers, whatever the hell that damn game was called. Or did they change it to Magic Duels? And then there was like one that was only on the Xbox, and then there was like one before that, and then there was one before that, and then there was one before that. I'm deeply confused, but whatever the hell one I just played last year, that one, that's what I'm talking about. And in fact, you know who specifically said it's a replacement for Duels is me in the first 10 seconds of this video. But don't listen to me, he's lying to you and he's completely wrong. I did set that one up on purpose, by the way. Here's what Arena is going to be like with a mix of vague details from Wizards and rumors from other people and comments that could be completely misinterpreted from press releases. So very, very reliable sources on this. But it would seem that Arena is going to be standard only. Now, keep in mind, nothing I say in this video from now on is set in stone. It's just rumor. If I say something that doesn't become true, it's because of misleading information, honestly, probably from Wizards and their own live stream. But they said something to the effect of, it's going to be standard heavy. We're not going to do Commander. We're not going to do Modern. We're not going to do Legacy. We're not going to do anything. It's going to be standard. And that's kind of how Magic Duels worked, but I do believe that they let you use cards going all the way back. Just, I don't know, that maybe they'd mark your deck as non-standard. I mean, I played SOOOO shortly after it came out and then stopped. I don't really remember how they did that, but I don't recall them cycling out stuff and just being like, you can't play with this anymore. Unless they did but let you keep the cards and you could just play casual. I'm very, very certain that I could play through the Theros campaign after Theros was no longer legal in Paper Magic. And it was like a learn to play thing, and you know, that was more what that was. So I don't think that Arena is necessarily that. I think it is for like low level newer players and more casual players than MTGO, obviously. But I don't think it's like a hand-holdy, you know, like feels like a video game. It honestly felt like Age of Mythology. Like if you've ever played that campaign, it really felt like that, just not RTS. Or it kind of felt like Red Alert 2, actually, which, by the way, is where my name came from, in case some of you still didn't get that, or you're not as old as me. I think that came out in 2000. My God, am I old. Yeah, I've been using this username since, like, 90-day free trials of AOL when I was, like, 12, so, yeah. But that's what it felt like. It felt like a game, but it happened to be, you know, played with cards. It was very progressive, reward heavy. There was like achievements and stuff, and it really felt like a video game. I think that they're going for more of like a Mech Warrior, you know, Dota 2, League of Legends, Hearthstone kind of thing, where it's like, here's the product, here's what it is, here's what it does, simple, jump in and do one thing. You jump in, do a match, open some boosters, build a deck, the end. It's not going to be super, super hand-holdy achievements, campaigns, storylines, all that. I mean, maybe they might implement that because it honestly was a very, very, very popular trait of Duels. And it legitimately was the best way to learn to play the game. I mean, I think Duels did a better job than I would teaching somebody to play the game. So that's why them killing it was stupid, but I think they're just too damn similar. Arena and Duels were too similar and they had to get rid of one. So, yeah. But like I said, I think it's just going to be a Hearthstone clone. And everybody's like, oh, Hearthstone clone, just because there's sound effects and freaking glitter flying all over the screen. Like, it's probably not glitter, it's sparks. I keep calling it glitter. It's really more of a spark effect. But there's explosions going off and like black holes opening on the damn screen or whatever the hell all happened during the live stream. I was only half watching it. If you think that Hearthstone invented taking 2D images of things like cards and adding sound effects and visual effects to them, holy crap. You are either literally 5 years old or you have not been paying attention to video games for the last 30 years. I think there was a version of like Monopoly on the Super Nintendo that had animations when you pulled cards. So no, that's not why it's a Hearthstone clone. It's going to be a Hearthstone clone because free to play. You don't have to pay to buy the game in the first place. They have confirmed that. You're going to be able to play for free. So the other part of free to play, you can earn packs. You can get them from winning tournaments. You can get them for performance. You know, you can play Hearthstone, from what I heard from my friends, completely for free. It's just it'll take you forever and you'll have to be damn good and log on every single day for like a recurring reward in order to build a deck on par with somebody who just straight up bought the expansions. So I think, yeah, you're probably going to have to buy boosters, but it's not going to be like MTGO where it's like fork over $10. We're giving you nothing for signing up. I mean, you'd think they'd give you 3 boosters. Nope. Last I checked, you get literally not one damn thing in your inventory. Nothing whatsoever. That's friendly. Good job, Wizards. And then it's just like, oh, build the exact deck the same exact way, buy the cards for, well, I'd say the exact same price, but that's not quite right. I guess relative to each other, the same price ratio. And just spend tons of money. It is a exact clone of Paper Magic and no bells and whistles, and honestly, the program barely works. So take that and go over to Duels where it's like, no, you could play for free. You could build an okay deck. You could build a casual deck. You know, maybe they'll have tiers based on your win percentage and that kind of stuff, so you never play against, you know, somebody with a super ultra try-hard deck. But I do think that they either said this or they heavily implied it, that they won't put limitations of, okay, 1 mythic per deck, which I believe is what Duels did. Like, if you had a mythic, you could not put 4 copies of it in your deck. That was a universal rule. So in Duels, you could not build a deck that you own in real life under a lot of circumstances. That's freaking stupid. So it's going to be more elevated, more closer to MTGO than Duels, less handholdy, less super beginner, but, you know, not completely MTGO. So in other words, Hearthstone. So not even visually it's Hearthstone, like business model wise and software design, it's Hearthstone. And why the hell not? Hearthstone makes money, it's very popular. So if they want to copy that business model, spoiler alert, you can't copyright business models or methods of conducting business in America. I know a group that I was associated with got sued by a huge international group for that, for copying, I can't even say, or you guys will find the court case, but it fell apart and they lost. Cost us a bit of money, but it did fall apart and they did lose. And we refused to settle outside of court and they just decided it wasn't worth the money when their lawyers kept telling them they had no chance of winning. Oh, fair warning, if anybody tries like to sue me for some nonsense or threatens to sue me, which has happened in the past, or a false DMCA takedown, I'm just waiting for the first one of those. Oh boy, am I going to make your life a living hell. You aren't going to have any property left after that court case. I guarantee it. Somebody pulls H3H3's level of crap, oh, I would seek legal fees, I'd seek damages, I'd sue for psychological nonsense. Oh my God, would I ruin that asshole's life. Matt Haas would be homeless living in a ditch by the time I was done with him, so fair warning. So back on topic, could, Hearthstone try to sue Wizards for being too similar? No, not really. It's just not something you can patent or copyright or anything. So, okay, legally, there you go, but morally, who cares? You know how many Pac-Man clones there are? You know how many platformer clones there are? How many first-person shooter clones there are? Who cares? The more the merrier. If something works, why allow a company to have a monopoly on it? That's stupid. Hell, there's even Monopoly ripoffs of the game called Monopoly. You guys ever heard of Fortune Street? That's a Monopoly ripoff. And I love it. It's the best game ever. Seriously, if you have a Wii or a Nintendo Wii, pick up Fortune Street. It is awesome. So, I mean, you can say they're copycats. You could say they're just trying to, coattail and get money and blah, 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 whatever. I mean, it's just a smart business decision. There's nothing legally wrong with it. So, yeah, it's kind of gray area. But, I mean, like I said, I don't have a huge problem with them copying anyone. If it works, why change it? If it works, it means it's popular and people like it. So why not do something people like? I mean, I don't get why people getting all huffy about this. It's mostly Hearthstone people who are getting all huffy about it because they know that MTG's always breathing down their necks. So now here's the other key thing that I want to hit on before I close out the video here, because this is what Arena is going to be like with the information that we have so far. I believe I heard in the stream unequivocally, there will be no card trading. Wait, what? Back that train on up. You can't trade any of your cards. Once you open a booster, those are your cards, period. You cannot give them to anyone. That is what I heard. Maybe I misheard it. Maybe he misspoke. Maybe he didn't understand the question. I'm leaving a little bit of leeway here, but it sounded a damn lot like they're yours, and that's it. Okay, you own paper cards, you own money. You own property, it has a value. On MTGO, you double quote own your card collection. You can sort of liquidate it or sort of sell it to, I don't know, some kind of bot or something I heard, and then they'll pay you with like PayPal. I guess that's a thing or something. Technically, I think Puka Trade actually does something with MTGO cards too. Makes sense. Take out the US Postal Service fee and envelopes and all that crap and stuff getting lost in the mail. Platform works perfectly, almost. But let me remind you, you don't own those cards. Okay, what is the value of a card when you can't get rid of it? You can't offload it anywhere. You can't trade it to anyone, sell it to anyone, sell it to about nothing. It's just gone. So let me just run this by you. People are saying, and by people I mean incredibly stupid, ignorant people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're saying, oh, Magic Duels is eventually going to replace MTGO. It's the replacement. Without Modern Legacy Vintage Commander, they said it will draft though. There's going to be a standard rotation, and you can't trade or get rid of your cards, so your cards are effectively worth nothing, and every penny that you pour into it, you will never see again, ever. That's going to replace MTGO? Are you crazy? The complete false sense of security that people have over the value of their online MTGO card collection is the only thing propping up the game, because it sure as hell isn't the gameplay or the stability of the client. So that is the difference between MTGO and Arena. Not the graphics, not the sound, not the design style. The whole spend money on it. It's got more of an economy and a marketing system like a mobile game, I would say. Where it's just pay to win, you pay in more money to win, and that's that. So do they expect somebody to drop $700 on a couple decks per, set release like they would on MTGO. No, they're definitely anticipating making less money on Arena, but they wanted something like Hearthstone, and then they don't have to worry about, card values or not banning people because, you'd destroy their entire collection and then you'd owe them and they'd sue you and then you'd bring up the terms and then that would get you bad press and the whole, nightmare that they're in right now with MTGO. I had heard that one of the only times that they had to block somebody or ban somebody or delete their account in MTGO, that they kind of on the down low reimbursed them for their card collection. That's what I heard, at least. That's the rumor. And I'm pretty sure that if you change your name to PewDiePie and start dropping N-bombs on MTGO in the chat, too soon? Guys, it's been like 24 hours. There's no such thing as too soon on YouTube. If you do that, I doubt they're going to delete your account if you own $1,000 worth of cards. Oops, did I use the own word again? You don't own a damn thing, but still, they're going to pretend that you do. They're going to play along with your little fantasy that you own the cards. I think they'll just ban you or chat ban you or something. I've never heard of them deleting 10,000 accounts for trolling or something. On Arena? Bye-bye. Your cards are worthless anyway. They don't need you and it doesn't affect the economy. Bye-bye. Kiss your account goodbye. So that's the fundamental difference between the two, and that's why it's kind of the same with Duels. I don't think you could trade the cards in Duels. I'm not sure. Maybe you could with friends or something. I don't know. I just played a couple matches and this is cool, and then went back to X-Mage. And actually, I'm curious if you can trade cards in Hearthstone. I'm actually not familiar with that game enough either. I mean, if it works, then hey. But yeah, mobile games, you don't get any reimbursement for that. You go spend money on Clash of Clans, you ain't never going to see that money again. You could try to sell your account, but you'll get about 1/5 of what you put into it. So I think the whole, the money's written off, I spent it, it's gone, not, I'm holding value like MTGO. Those are the different philosophies, completely different player base to an extent. Just different methodology, different amount of money that they're targeting, everything. So it's so different, it's never going to take over for MTGO. But those two major traits are exactly why I think it's going to be just drastically different than people think. So let me know if any of the details are a little bit off, if Wizards cleared them up after the fact, or if they contradicted themselves in the live stream. I didn't watch the whole thing. But those are just the details I got from it. So if you got anything to add, leave it down in the comments section. Otherwise, I will see you guys next video.